Good morning and good afternoon to everyone, wherever you may be. I am Brandy Fiddler, Managing Editor at Bioprocess International. It is my privilege to moderate this Ask the Expert webinar today, where we will delve into how Boehringer Ingelheim's expertise in microbial technology can transform your biologic innovation into commercial success. But before we get started, just a couple of notes. This webcast is being recorded and will be made available for replay in the multimedia section of our website. We muted the audio lines, but we welcome you to type in your questions for the panelists in the Q&A window on your screen. After the presentation, we'll begin the Q&A portion, and I'll ask our panelists your questions. And your questions in the Q&A window will only be visible to myself and our panelists. Boehringer Ingelheim, a leading research-driven biopharmaceutical company, is committed to creating breakthrough therapies that transform lives, both today and for future generations. Their recent brand claim, Life Forward, encapsulates their purpose of transforming lives for generations and their proactive response to present and future challenges. Today, we will explore how this claim is realized through their biopharmaceutical contract manufacturing business, Boehringer Ingelheim's BioExcellence. Our first panelist is Dr. Nicholas Hammerschmidt, Head of Unit Downstream Development at Boehringer Ingelheim and based in Vienna. He is a trained bioprocess engineer specialist, specialized in purification processes. His extensive knowledge and passion for teaching significantly contributes to the global advancements of biotechnology. Next, we have Anthony Woolnough, Director of Key Account Management and Business Development in BioExcellent Business. Anthony collaborates with a diverse range of clients, providing high-quality development and manufacturing solutions for recombinant protein and monoclonal antibody therapeutics. Her passion lies at the intersection of business and science in the biotech industry, as it offers an exciting opportunity to influence healthcare economics and patient centricity. Finally, we will welcome Franz Schuster, Strategy Implementation Manager at Boehringer Ingelheim, Vienna. With a solid background in quality control and quality assurance and years of experience in CMC project management, Franz has led numerous local and global projects related to business process excellence, strategic concepts, and infrastructure/logistics. So we are excited to have these esteemed panelists share their insights and expertise with us today. So let's delve into the discussion and learn more about how Boehringer Ingelheim's microbial expertise can help drive your biologic breakthroughs toward a healthier future. In the context of recombinant protein production, both mammalian cell culture and microbial expression systems are widely used. So what sets microbial products and their manufacturing processes apart from the others?
Yeah, I think I can take that question. Thank you, Brandy. And again, welcome to everybody joining this morning or this afternoon. So when we think about microbial and mammalian expression systems for producing your recombinant protein, there are a couple of differences, and they're based on characteristics such as the variety of formats, and the other one being the molecular weight or the size. So generally speaking, molecules that are produced in E. coli, which can include peptide hormones such as insulin, antibody fragments, antibody mimetics, carrier proteins, enzymes, and then we're hearing a lot about these multivalent and multi-subunit vaccines, as well as plasmid DNA. So these all tend to be smaller in size versus the traditional CHO cell-based monoclonal antibodies. So from the overall market perspective, we see the demand for CHO cell and other mammalian platform technologies is still much greater than that for microbial expression systems. And this could possibly be due to the wide range of technologies that are employed for the microbial production versus what we see as a more standardized approach with regards to the CHO cell or fed batch systems. That said, the market for the microbial products is still growing. It's modest, but it is anticipated to be about 9% year over year in the period from 2022 to 2028. So, with over, I think we can count 30 different types of molecular formats, the operational complexity of producing a compound in an E. coli or other microbial expression system, may explain why many companies don't invest in, or they've chosen to downsize or divest their in-house capabilities. And for this reason, it's exactly why a CDMO like Boehringer can step in.
Thank you, Athelney. Very interesting. So, Franz, I suppose you have more to add, as I understand that you have done project management for partner products. Sorry.
Yes. Thank you so much. There is a vast variety of microbial platform technologies and toolboxes used. So Athelney already mentioned some of them, like the antibody fragments and the peptide hormones, but we also have plasmid DNA, scaffolds, recombinant proteins, and recombinant vaccines. So with Boehringer, we are experienced in many of these diverse microbial molecular formats, mainly in bacteria and yeast, for about 150 molecules in microbial expression systems. So having said that, the formats were focused on inclusion bodies and refolding, as well as soluble expressions in E. coli for the fermentation part, the refolding, HPLC, and crystallization at clinical and commercial scale for the purification part. And yes, finally, we have demonstrated for around 40 years a reliable supply for more than 18 biologicals in worldwide registration.
Yeah, I can maybe add here the manufacturing point of view. So one of the key elements of our microbial production processes is the use of Escherichia coli. Despite associated with older manufacturing technologies, E. coli has proven many times in the past and still is proving to be a reliable workhorse in our operations, and highlights our ability to efficiently produce diverse molecules, as just mentioned by my colleagues, using microbial systems.
So considering the diverse molecules produced by microbial systems, experience and in-depth technological knowledge are crucial for successful product supplies. Could you share how Boehringer Ingelheim has built and integrated these factors within its network?
Yes, sure. I'll begin maybe again from a manufacturing perspective. So Boehringer Ingelheim has a profound history of expertise in microbial development as well as manufacturing, and the regional center Vienna plays a pivotal role within our global biopharma network. The Vienna site is testimony to our commitment to integrating experience as well as in-depth technological knowledge into our operations. The site itself is equipped with substantial capabilities and capacities, featuring several 6,000 liters as well as 300-liter fermentation facilities for commercial manufacturing. This allows us to handle a wide variety of production volumes and meet the usually very diverse needs of our clients. With regard to downstream processing aspects, maybe more in particular, microbial manufacturing can be quite complex. I'm sure you're all very well aware of that. And we have developed efficient strategies to handle this complexity and make sure that we maintain the highest standards of quality and efficiency in our operations. We also apply advanced technologies and techniques for upstream as well as downstream processes, such as high-density fermentation, and which is usually really required because we cannot rely on platform processes typically. We also offer tailored downstream purification processes for difficult-to-express proteins that require, for example, difficult refold strategies, but also purification using organic solvents or chemical modifications. Other techniques that we developed also address stability aspects of unique molecule formats that were also already mentioned. And an example of that would be our platform to produce highly pure, so-called supercoiled plasmid DNA for diverse uses. With all these techniques in place, we ensure the highest quality in our production, demonstrating that we are committed to integrate experience and technological knowledge into our operations. Boehringer Ingelheim has built and integrated all these factors I just mentioned within its network globally through a combination of expertise, strategic use of technologies, and commitment to continuous improvement and innovation.
Yes, and I think I can add just a couple of words regarding the customer point of view and also that of the marketplace. So, for our customers, I think what's key here is, engaging with a company such as Boehringer, that has a proven track record, in addition to all of the in-house capabilities that Nicolas summarized. So we do have that wide array of technologies which are crucial, the different manufacturing scales that can be tailored to meet their market and their customer needs, whether it's, for a clinical batch or a very large commercial campaign. But above all, I think, our customers rely on Boehringer for our very high quality standards. So we do have, a strong track record with successful regulatory audits from agencies all over the world. We have over 18 product launches just in the microbial space. These all speak to the experience, the expertise, and the reliability. I think another aspect is the fact that GMP capacity is becoming increasingly competitive and important. Companies are merging or they're exiting, having their own manufacturing infrastructure so that they can invest more heavily on R&D or licensing activities. And so with these aspects in mind, our customers do rely more heavily on outsourcing to a CMO. So I guess, to summarize, I think that the infrastructure that we have with multiple upstream and downstream suites, well-staffed process science and quality groups to support all of the new projects coming in. These enable us to perform, simultaneous product campaigns and also then ensure that variety of customers, different needs, and their critical timelines are being met.
Yeah, definitely. That's all right. And may I add on the top of that each of these phases in a product life cycle has different requirements and challenges that needs to be addressed with a great flexibility. So we are working here in a triangle of forces between costs, quality, and speed of work packages. So for me, the bottom line is to make sure that the production of the products, and thus the care of the patients, is never endangered.
Yes, and also here the process science, I may add, plays a crucial role in our operations. So we have established high throughput process development, for example, but also recently over the past years an quite mature in-house modeling platform, the so-called smart platform design, process design platform, which are all key altogether of them to maintain the efficiency and quality, of course, in the microbial manufacturing processes that we develop on a daily basis. Quality systems are another integral part of our operations, just to mention that. At Boehringer Ingelheim, we're also committed to maintaining the highest standards of quality in all of the processes that we perform. Our quality systems are designed to ensure that every product we manufacture meets the stringent standards set by regulatory authorities. Our capabilities also extend to testing and filings. We also offer these services. Our strong QC capabilities, in addition, allow us to ensure, for example, the quality of our products at every stage of the manufacturing process. In combination with our extensive experience in filings, this also ensures that the products we produce meet all regulatory requirements. Regulatory support, for example, is another key area where we excel. Our team has extensive worldwide regulatory experiences, and with this experience, we can cross the complex regulatory landscape efficiently and make sure that our operations always comply with the latest regulations. What you also, I think it was already mentioned, our inspection track record speaks to our commitment to quality and regulatory compliance. We've consistently passed inspections by regulatory authorities that further demonstrates our ability to integrate experience and in-depth technological knowledge at the same time into our operations. And if I summarize all that, basically at Boehringer Ingelheim, we have built and are still building a strong network that integrates experience, technological knowledge, and commitment to quality and regulatory compliance. This allows us to deliver high-quality products to our clients and also contribute to the advancement of the biopharma industry as a whole.
Thank you. Very interesting information. But I guess it is more than just technical capabilities which play a role in your customer base, right? Can you discuss how the Boehringer Ingelheim approach looks like?
Yeah, absolutely. And I can start off because I think we all come at the project and customer support from slightly different angles. However, from looking at the key account management overview, so I work as a director in our key account management group, and what that means is my role involves sort of acting as the customer's representative within the Boehringer organization, and then also leading the different account business teams that support the project from start to finish. So in so doing, it's crucial for me to be able to address the customer's needs directly, collaborate with them, as well as my internal colleagues to find solutions. So it's a little bit like being an ambassador. It involves weighing, our paying customers' needs with what we can, achieve respecting our internal processes, operations, and then of course other scheduling and client commitments. So for all of this to be successful, I think the most important elements are transparency as well as honest and frequent communication and feedback. That said, we also have to, instill an element of creativity with how we work on a day-to-day basis in order to strike this balance. So I have a few examples where our customer-facing teams have had to really think outside the margins or think outside the box, including, one that comes to mind is, coming up with a joint investment in a new downstream facility so that we could handle sort of these uniquely large buffer volumes for a particular product that came to us a few years ago. There was another situation that needed some of this creativity, which involved implementing an entirely new scale-up process. The initial process that was to be transferred, we found out couldn't meet our internal GMP standards. And of course, we've mentioned earlier how the BI quality reliance is critical. So of course, we never want to be in a position where we're breaching any of our GMPs. So our process engineers were able to devise a new model. And with all of this investment and thought and design process, they still remained on time to meet the critical key milestone of producing a clinical batch by a given time frame. So, this new approach, it needed sizable equipment investment. We negotiated with our suppliers to undertake a leasing arrangement instead of purchasing, just to offset and, stabilize some of the costs over time. So I think this cross-functional success, it involved members of the project team. It also involved other departments within Boehringer, from contracts, purchasing, facilities engineering. So a number of functions all pulled together to make sure that we could, see success with our customer. We saw the potential in the product. We worked closely together to ensure we could meet the timelines. So at the end of the day, I think for Boehringer, finding ways to continually add value to our services tends to be the norm and not the exception in the ways that we work. I think, Franz, you might have, sort of a few other stories that you could add, just talking about creative solutions.
Sure. Because from a project and product management view, I can just underpin that the importance of a strong relationship, sometimes even bordering on friendship, cannot be overstated when it comes to collaborating with clients. So when individuals have a good personal connection, it becomes simpler to tackle and resolve problems. So what comes to my mind here is, for instance, a client project in 2020 aimed the first COVID lockdown. So for the first 1.5 years, the project was overseen without any in-person interaction, neither between the BI internal project team nor with the external client. So relying exclusively on virtual meetings. We had frequent video conferences, and a close dialogue built trust and pavement the way for success, which was rooted in a relationship formed during an earlier joint project. So in spite of various challenges and obstacles, the project was managed successfully in the end. So a trustful relationship and open communication can help to prevent from many pitfalls in partnering, ultimately contributing to a project success, and most important, in the end, to deliver a high quality product.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think trust is maybe the kickoff to every successful project, if we summarize that maybe. And imagine being in one of our customers' shoes. What do the customers really want to know? Basically, two things. So first of all, what they're getting and when they're getting it. And in our line of work, this translates to two different things. First, product quality, and second, also delivery timelines. We showcase our operational excellence in both of these areas during critical step of batch release, for example. This step demands a close coordination of activities, an unwavering commitment of everyone involved, and focused prioritization from all functions involved. Quality control, for example, is responsible for testing. At the same time, manufacturing reviews the batch records, and supply chain, in the meantime, ensures delivery. So our customers generally appreciate, I think, this, you could say, holistic aspect of our work. And I would also like to give an example and quote a customer comment that we received recently. And I'm quoting here, so a big plus is that it is a global company. With their established position and experience, they support us to achieve commercial success. And I've also a second comment from a customer who described us as a blue chip organization, saying so Boehringer Ingelheim, are comfortable to discuss in considerable technical and scientific depth, for example. So let me conclude maybe by saying that the feedback of our customer is in general very, very important to us. This is why we also try we're not aiming only for positive feedback, but I think in general for really honest feedback, and even better if that is positive. And that shows, I think, that we really truly understand and address the needs of our customers and clients.
Thank you. That was certainly an engaging conversation. And as a final question, if I were to undertake a project that requires the use of microbial manufacturing technology, what would you recommend as the next steps to proceed?
Well, I'd first say your project involving microbial manufacturing technology is indeed a significant undertaking. And so to ensure success, it is crucial to partner with an organization that has a proven track record in this very specific field. And Boehringer is one such organization that could be an excellent partner for your project. With our experience and expertise in microbial manufacturing, we can provide all the necessary technical as well as the operational support you need. And Boehringer Ingelheim, we also offer a wide range of services, starting at the very beginning, maybe cell line or strain development, cell banking, fermentation and process development, so purification development, alongside the fermentation optimization, all the way to full-scale manufacturing of bulk drug substance. Our microbial platforms, as well as flexible toolboxes, are well established and have been used to produce a wide range of biopharmaceuticals over the last, I think, 35 plus years. So if I have to cut it down to 3 points, I would maybe start. First of all, the easiest thing is reach out to our Boehringer Ingelheim Bio Excellence team, with Ethelny, my colleague here, being one of them, as key account manager, for example, to discuss your project and understand how we can support you. Second, maybe to provide us, of course, with the necessary details about your project so we can give you a comprehensive proposal. And lastly, third, review your proposal and negotiate the terms hopefully of our partnership. And by partnering with Boehringer Ingelheim Bio Excellence, you can leverage our expertise as well as capabilities in microbial manufacturing to ensure the success of your project.
Yeah, Nicholas, you said always partnering and partnership, and I think that's so important. Yeah. So for us, we take our business very seriously and have a strong interest in developing and growing ourselves. So this applies both to the technical possibilities and to our personal skills for the life and satisfaction of our customer and patients. So I'm really sure that Boehringer Ingelheim has a distinctive character, and as a family business, where everywhere employees is invited to be part of this family, This also benefits our microbial business, and where we always receive positive feedback from our internal and external customers.
Yeah, so thanks to my colleagues, Nicholas and Franz, and I'd like to thank you, all of you, for your time and your attention today. I hope that we were able to share some key aspects of our microbial contract development and manufacturing services, with our focus on finding creative solutions and our partnership mentality with you today. Above all, we do pride ourselves on finding ways to help customers deliver new and sometimes life-saving medicines to the clinic and to our patients. So we'd love to be part of your journey. We welcome any new opportunities that you're considering. The easiest way would be to scan the QR code that you see here on the screen, or you can email us at the address that's noted, which is bioexcellence@boehringer-ingelheim.com. And again, I'd like to thank everybody and come with us on our journey. As you can see, our logo is Life Forward, and that means that we're really, looking forward to moving with you into finding ways to deliver medicines to our patients.
Okay, great. As a reminder to our audience, you can go ahead and type in your questions for our panelists now. So I'll begin with our first question. This is to Athelny. Does Boehringer offer drug product fill and finish services in addition to production of the bulk drug substance?
Yes, so thanks. That's a great question. Thank you, Brandy, and thanks to the person asking it. So as we've been describing the microbial, recombinant protein production services in our Vienna facility, and this Vienna has the expertise, of course, on producing the bulk drug substance. The purification aspect is something that we can offer at Boehringer. We have a site in southern Germany in our Biberach location, which has multiple filling lines, isolator lines for filling into a variety of formats. And so, yes, we produce both the drug substance and we can produce the drug product for you under one roof under Boehringer, and make it simple for you to do that.
Thank you for answering that. My next question is for Franz. What is your availability for new products? What is the lead time for GMP manufacturing?
Yeah, so let me answer that question in a way that we have a very great team that take care about acquisitions of new products. So they are in close contact with our external partners and also being in contact with the industry to see what new products could fit into our portfolio and what can then be translated to our production facilities. So this means we are always looking for new products which fits together with our strategy. And what is in the lead time for manufacturing? Well, that always depends a little bit on the transfer time and how long it takes to get products into our facilities. If you need a certain kind of development phase before, or if you go straight to an implementation in our production facilities. I can also say, if you're looking for a time that you need to run until GMP, we have already made products from scratch going into GMP within 6 to 8 months, which is a really fast time. But also products between a year and 2 years. That really depends, but normally it could be done really fast.
Great, thank you. And just a reminder to our audience, please, you can start submitting your questions right now for the panelists. My next question is for Nicholas. What are the typical steps that Boehringer undertakes when onboarding a new product?
Well, that is very difficult to answer, I would say, on a very general basis. But since we offer a complete portfolio, regardless of the stage your project is currently in. So sometimes, for example, we receive really only the DNA sequence, for example, of a customer. And the demand is maybe going into an early feasibility study for expression, optimizing it, producing first material. So we always have, of course, a kick-off workshop, kick off workshops usually, and we really, this is where the trust also comes in. So basically, we have to really know and understand where the client is aiming at and what his strategy is, so we can become part of that strategy. So it's very difficult to summarize that, but I would say we always have found the right approach for our previous customers.
Thank you, Nicholas. I have another question for you. Where do you see the future of DNA SM, pDNA versus enzymatic approaches? What are the pros and cons?
Yep. So we've been in the pDNA, plasmid DNA business for quite some time. I would say you could almost say decades, and it's one of these formats that have its ups and downs, I would say. So in the early 2000s, there was a big hype about pDNA. Then it became rather silent. Now with the upcoming so the requirement for providing templates, for example, for recent mRNA vaccines, for example, we see a sudden rise in demands again. So it's really ups and downs, but we have a mature platform for the recombinant production of plasmid DNA at large scale.
Thank you for answering that. My next question is for Franz. Does Boehringer Ingelheim BioExcellence offer the development and manufacturing service for exogenic cell products ex vivo expanded from porcine tissues? I think that's correct.
Well, honestly, I'm not the expert in that. That's maybe a question that Nicholas can help me out, because otherwise we need to take it off and preparing an answer afterwards.
Nicholas, do you want to take this one?
Yeah, I can maybe refer that to Ethelny, as she's our key account manager from the BioExcellence side. And typically, these are, since we are focusing here completely on microbial manufacturing capabilities and development capabilities, this would really be a topic that maybe Ethelny can take up offline and pass it on to her colleagues on the offers on the mammalian side.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. I think we can look into this a little bit further. I feel like we're playing a little bit of a hot potato. It doesn't sound like a capability that BI would be able to undertake, however, because of the licensing that we have in our different facilities. And so if this is not a fit for the microbial services that we've been focusing on today, of course we do a lot of mammalian production, primarily in CHO cell. So we're doing the bioprocessing from mainly producing monoclonal antibodies from CHO cell systems. And I don't believe that we really have a platform for xenogenic cell products in this way, and certainly wouldn't be working with, live tissues, any mammalian tissues, human, porcine, for that matter. We'll look into it, but I have a feeling that it's probably not something that is within our core competency. But thank you for asking.
Sure, perfect. Thank you for answering that. My next question is for Nicholas. For the E. coli recombinant soluble protein, what is the preferred technology at the manufacturing scale for clarification of E. coli lysat, remove cell debris, and get soluble fractions for further purification?
Okay, so basically to sum your question up maybe, or put it on a more general basis, you're asking for early recovery steps in soluble microbial production processes. And as mentioned before, so in microbial processing, we have hardly the availability and luxury, I would say, of platform processes. What we offer is a set of toolboxes, or you can also think of puzzle pieces that we individually piece together. But to be maybe a little bit more specific on the technical side, usually what we develop in these soluble expression cases would be a combination, and yes, it is often a combination of several techniques in the early recovery steps. For example, you could First, so you're assuming you already disintegrated your cells to access your intracellular product. From then onwards, you could do a series of precipitation steps, maybe combining cationic polymer precipitation or an acid precipitation, but that is really product dependent, combined with, if it's a stable molecule, with moderate temperature increase during the precipitation to increase its efficiency. And after that, you would typically use either a filtration step or also often at the manufacturing scale, a combination of centrifugation as well as filtration step prior to process the material further on the first capture column. I hope that satisfies your question.
Yes, it does. Thank you. And I think that was our last question. So I want to thank Nicholas, Athelene, and Franz, and thanks to the audience for joining us. This recorded version of this webcast will be available for on-demand viewing on our website. And as a registered attending, you'll receive a follow-up email providing you with a link. We look forward to having you join us on our future Bioprocess International Ask the Expert webcast. I look forward to those announcements in your inbox. So thank you again and goodbye.